Energy. Energy. I'm walking upstairs to my room. Hold on. I'm going to enter in here where it's a little bit more quiet. So this is so interesting. Ooh. Okay. Okay, Spirit. Okay, Amanda. Okay. Okay. My own energy wants to speak. It's strong in here. Hi, Salem. I'm in my room right now. But here's the thing, and this happens to me. And like, I wonder if this happens to anybody else. Like, please let me know. Chime in the comments if you resonate. So in my home, we have 2 levels, first and second level. And, of course, as a sensitive person, 111 on the timer, sensitive psychic, we feel the energy change in room to room. And so what I experience in my own home is that as I pass through the threshold of energy, like we have a baby gate at the bottom of the stairs. And when I pass through that threshold, I began to feel different because it's the energy from upstairs. And of course, upstairs here is my bedroom. And the bedroom is an intimate space for oneself, especially wherever you do a lot of your practices, meditations, and things of that sort. So, of course, the upstairs in my bedroom is a very sacred place. And gosh, it was so strong. As soon as I crossed that threshold, as soon as I started taking my first few steps, and this has happened to me many times before, it got heavy. It got heavy quick. Many other times it's like as soon as I cross that threshold, it's like, oh boy, like for a reason I have to come upstairs. And then all of a sudden I'll feel it in my intuition where it's like, oh, someone needs to talk to me right now. 244 on the timer. Like spirit wants to say something. And sometimes it's about like stopping in that moment because I have to differentiate and lean into figuring out, okay, where is this coming from? And I go through those questions with myself. Is this me? Is this something else? Is spirit needing me to meditate and wants to bring some type of awareness or epiphany in, like I lean into it a bit in order to get some answers of, what it is that's wanting my attention. And there absolutely has been some high intensity, emotions, shifts, dynamics, things that came to light as we switched over from, shedding the skin of the snake into the fire horse here. And there were some tower moments. And, I've been spending my time wisely trying to get myself back on track with priorities and structure and daily schedule, to where I'm just feeling 411 on the timer, feeling more aligned and pulled back onto my path rather than the noise that's over here, right? Which will take away, or that bit of noise, that person or people or situation that's over here, and we want to pluck that out of our field, toss it, smooth out those edges and make things seem a little bit better. But yeah, in this energy I felt, I'm like, oh boy, what heaviness, what despair. And I felt it was me. it was me. And what a beautiful experience, 5:05 on the timer. What a beautiful experience that is to be so separate, to be detached, that I can identify where my own energy is, or whatever it may be, so that I'm able to assess, um find answers, meet myself in that place. But yeah, this time, there's some deeper layers of me with the shifts and what had happened. I do believe there was a bit of fragmentation that occurred within my soul during these high intense um, shifts and emotions, the tower moments that occurred and what came to light, that really brought an upheaval of some things. And so, yeah, I'm really paying attention to that. And this is something that I'm going to dive into, alone. And when I have that quiet time and that meditation, and just to really feel and lean into these aspects of fragmentation. Did I indeed lay myself down somewhere because of pain, because of trauma, or because, in that moment, the truth was too much for me to fully accept? And, not just that, but um, what connects for me, as part of my grief share group that I'm in too, that I'm seeing there's a connection, is that oftentimes in the moment when these big life shifts and changes happen, we're not able to process, we're not able to fully accept. And it was absolutely one of those moments where, despite there being a level where something was done against me, I needed to step and be within a leadership position, because there were others around me who could not control and self-regulate. Therefore, I needed to step up and to bring a sense of calm, a sense of peace and guidance, um, for those who did not know how to guide themselves. Now it's about like backtracking on the opportunity that I did not have in order to regulate, lead, and guide myself. 8:08 on the timer. Absolutely. Yeah, leading to guide myself and guiding those aspects of myself. And we cannot forget, and our soul will not let us forget, and God knows, and God will not let us forget if we have laid ourselves down somewhere. So I think that's perfect and a great opportunity here, especially being stuck in again with more snow that's coming, to use that time to analyze in the stillness of, recently, in the chain of events, have I laid myself down anywhere? And I think it's such an important thing to ask yourself and to check in periodically, especially when we're dealing with life changes and the experiences. 911 on the timer. So many synchronicities. Yeah, so important just to check in with ourselves, every so often, especially when we're experiencing high stress, high emotions, checking in, like, is there some place that I laid my spirit down, God? Is there a place that I need to lift myself up from? Is there a place that I was afraid to accept the truth? And yeah, that way we can see ultimately where we are at on these other levels, because we are not just one person on one journey, We are multi-dimensional beings living multi-dimensional realities at one time. You know, I've got some levels of my consciousness that is alive, and we're here. It's Sunday, it's snowing. I do need to go out and get some essentials. But there's a part of me. There's fragments that they laid down somewhere else. And they want to play catch up as well, and join in the wholeness of where I am presently. And so we need to consider 10:34 on the timer. We need to consider that we are multidimensional beings living in multidimensional realities, and taking note of where the pieces of us may be so that we can call them home. I'm gonna cut it there. 10:55 on the timer. I love you. Have a very blessed day. I hope you have the day that you need, and I hope you have the day that you deserve. And if you find out you are having the day you deserve and it's not feeling so well, just dig a little bit deeper and keep paying attention to the choices you're making, the energies around you and within you. I love you.